Your bank accounts are not quite as secure as you think. With the near ubiquitous use of phone numbers to verify financial transactions, our 10-digit mobile numbers has become the key to our bank vaults and thus a prime target for cyber attackers. A few months ago, a Mumbai-based textile businessman lost around 1.8 crore rupees from his account after receiving 6 missed calls on his smartphone. The money was stolen in 28 transactions across 14 bank accounts by the conmen. A chemical businessman and another person in Ahmedabad lost about 64.4 lakh rupees to cybercriminals following missed calls on phones in January this year. With the rising popularity of mobile banking apps and UPI transactions linked to bank accounts and cards, how does one secure his accounts against such attacks? Salman Waris, managing partner at TechLegis Advocates and Solicitors, explains.
See, normally bank accounts are compromised because of either lack of awareness on part of the customers when they end up divulging their confidential details inadvertently to people posing as bank employees or official government employees, or they are compromised when there is an identity theft or in case of a phishing attack. I think some of the precautions that people can take are to be alert and aware of the various kind of frauds that are going on online. Phishing attacks, never click any links, or whenever there is a request for OTP, I think thrice or 5 times to be very frank before diverging any OTP.
Cybersecurity experts as well as law enforcement agencies point to SIM swap as a new and emerging technique for phone-based frauds. It is a kind of account takeover fraud that generally targets a loophole in the two-factor authentication or two-step verification in which the second factor is either a text message or call placed to a mobile phone. Scammers also contact people's telecom service providers and trick them into activating a new SIM card. Once the new SIM card is activated, cybercriminals take control of the bank accounts and wallets connected with this number. They not only receive SMS-based OTPs, they can also listen in to calls prompting OTPs. Ashwin Chawla of EscrowPay believes it's time telecom service providers also take precautionary measures.
Giving you an example, Airtel, you go in for a new SIM. Anybody on my behalf goes for a new SIM. Airtel should contact me to say that, well, there is a video protocol required, so that I get first instance information that somebody is trying to get a SIM on my name. And even the KYC, the video KYC, I think that should be made a compulsory thing to do before any SIM card is issued. While issuance of any new SIM card or a second SIM card to anybody, they should make sure that the video protocol is followed, facial recognition, IP address that needs to be taken up, and also the fact that the person who's holding should receive an OTP saying that somebody is trying to, or maybe you've applied for a new SIM card. And don't give it just over the counter. It should be at least a few hours gap before a SIM is given over the counter.
While individuals and companies can take certain precautions and protections to prevent such cyber frauds, this is part of a larger problem that calls for government intervention. Can the proposed data protection bill provide an effective solution to such attacks? Waris has this to say.
From a government perspective, I think there are already provisions under the IT Act, and the proposed data protection bill also criminalizes data thefts. But yes, I think what is most importantly needed is building a culture for cybersecurity. And probably the government can, as part of the provisions of the data privacy bill or the law, obligate companies to conduct regular online campaigns and media campaigns, or government itself can also initiate some of the campaigns.
Chawla, however, proposes a more active role from the government.
I think the government, what the government can do is to basically ask and maybe develop at the government's level a software or an application that has to be compulsorily fed into every mobile device, before anybody buys, or at the parent level.
The menace of phone-related banking frauds is increasingly assuming a monstrous avatar. Cyber experts agree that the responsibility for protecting bank accounts should be shared by the individual, service providers, as well as the government and regulatory authorities.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.